Hey friends, and welcome to our last Mental Health Monday video. My name is Emma Fave, and this month we've been doing some meditation, watercolor exercises to help us with some art therapy and our mental health. For our last exercise today, we're going to channel a bit of our childhood and go coloring book style, except we're going to reverse it. I don't know if you guys have seen these reverse coloring books where instead of actually putting the color on paper, you create lines around some random abstract painting. Well, we're going to be doing that, but first we're actually going to be painting the colorful page, so we get to do both. As always, take a deep breath, let go of the idea of any type of perfection, and let's jump right in. Okay, so for our last Mental Health Monday video, I thought we would go out coloring book style. And by that, I mean reverse coloring book. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen this before. It's kind of going around a lot. There are a lot of different reverse coloring books out there. And what that means is that the color is already on the page. There's like different shapes and patterns and everything like that. And instead of you coloring in the lines of a traditional coloring book, like I said, the color's already there, and then you take a pen and you basically do the outline. You could just trace the shapes, you could draw what you see, and you just be really creative with it and have fun. So today we're going to be creating our own reverse coloring book pages. So in order to do this, we have two steps. The first one is to create a page of color. You do not have to create an actual painting of anything. I don't want to actually see, unless you want to. It's totally up to you. This is your interpretation. Whatever makes you feel the most calm and present, do that. But what I'd like to see you do is just fill the page with color and shapes and different things. And then once it's completely dry, you're going to take either like a Sharpie or a pen or a pencil. You could use markers, you could use crayons, anything you like. And you're going to go around those shapes to create a picture. It does not have to be an actual picture. You can use your creativity to do whatever you like. You can just follow lines, whatever feels the most calming and kind of meditative to you. That is the whole point of this series, and that is the whole point of today for our last video. So again, I have my Canson XL watercolor sketchbook, my cheap paper here. I have my Winsor Newton professional watercolors. I have my Emma Fave brushes. I might even switch up brushes just to get different brush strokes just for fun. Water and paper towel, and we're ready to go. So like I said, the first thing you're going to do, you can take any of those exercises that we did previously in this series, especially last week where we're creating shapes and lines and all that stuff, and fill it up that way. But for now, I just want you to put your paint on paper. Let's begin. Okay, so for my first piece, I didn't really have a direction of where I was going to go. I just knew I wanted to try a different brush, so I'm using my flat wash brush and a lot of different blues. So I kind of just picked the brush and the color and just started doing lines different ways, making marks with my brush with no intention of any kind of actual painting, just going back and forth on the page, vertical lines, horizontal lines. And just kind of letting the watercolor do its thing. I wanted those blooms to happen. I wanted there to be too much water in some places, just so the watercolor could do what it naturally does. So that's kind of where I went with this piece, and it's kind of cool how it turned out. We'll just have to see what I end up doing with the marker over, because at this point, I'm not sure. Okay, and so for my second piece, I did want to create something, again, with a different brush. I decided to use my 10 dagger brush here. And while I wasn't trying to intentionally paint flowers, I wanted to give it more of a flower feel so I could hopefully draw some flowers over. Now, just because I do this, you don't have to do this. And because I had an intention with this painting doesn't mean that you necessarily had to have an intention yourself. But I didn't want to make it necessarily look good or paint flowers the way I paint them, if you notice. Like that circular one was not really a rose, but I just wanted to kind of give it a feel of, I don't even know. I just wanted to play around and not necessarily make it a flower, but make it so I could maybe possibly paint flowers and just see how it goes. And then the one on the right there, where it's kind of like a blob where I put that purple all in the middle, it started to make this muddy color, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then I just started to make some curves and lines at the bottom and just fill it in. And that's about it. That's kind of the direction I went in for the beginning of these pieces. Okay, so there are my two pieces, and yeah, they look like a hot mess, especially this one. This, I feel like I could do something pretty cool with. This, while I didn't intend to make flowers necessarily, I kind of just went in there with my mindset of bright flowery colors. And then, like, this obviously kind of looks like an attempted rose, which I wasn't trying to do. I was trying to create flowers by not creating flowers. So maybe I could do something floral with this, but I didn't want it to be as obvious. I don't know. And it still looks like a hot mess. Like there's a big muddy puddle here, but we're going to just see what we can do with this. So now you're going to get out your pen or your marker. I'm probably going to use this Sharpie, and you're just going to start tracing, outlines, lines, or even just drawing on top whatever you want. See what you can see within the mess, and then just have fun. Release all the pressure of creating something that looks like anything. You can literally just trace the lines, maybe the white parts, whatever you want. Just go with it. Be mindless with it. Usually I say be mindful. Mindlessly just draw, trace, see what happens, and then go with it. Okay, and there's my first one. Like, I did not do much with it. I just outlined some areas. I try not to outline a lot of these blooms just because I love the texture in them. Looking at it, these are not actual things that I've outlined, but to me, it almost looks like a cityscape. You know what I mean? With like trees and then some water, maybe like a train. I don't even know. But it looks cool and it kind of leaves it up to the imagination. And it's just kind of relaxing to just like follow lines and, you know, I don't know. It's crazy, but that was just a lot of fun. What do you guys see in this one? Let me know. Okay, and then this hot mess. I'm gonna just create some flowers out of this, see how it goes. I don't know what these are gonna be. No idea what this is gonna be. I don't know. We're gonna play, and that is the point. Remember, it's not about the outcome of your drawing or painting. It is about the process and just, you know, mindlessly but mindfully at the same time, just drawing and painting. So let's just go for it. And there we go. Super odd and weird. And it's funny because the one that I really was like, what the heck am I going to do with this, was this thing. And I actually like the way this turned out better than anything else. Like, it doesn't all go together, but it's just kind of fun and bold, and I actually really like it. So there you go. That is our activity for today. Try to make your own reverse coloring pages. And if this just seems too weird and intimidating, you can always just take your marker. If you need something simple and meditative and just kind of create some swirls like this. I don't know if you guys remember doing this in elementary school. And just fill in those sections with color. Okay, so if this is something that just seems a little too odd for you and you just want to do something more simple, where you don't have to kind of maybe think of outlining shapes, you could always do something like this. Like, you guys remember doing this in school? I remember. And just fill in every single section with color. You know, you could even, mix colors, drop in water, use some salt for different textures, and see what you can do. But that is it. That is our whole series of our Mental Health Monday practices. I really hope you guys enjoyed them. Let me know in the comments below how you enjoyed this month, and I hope it was helpful to you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and this series. I really hope you enjoyed it. The whole point of this series is to help you realize that art isn't just about the outcome. We don't just spend all of our time just staring at the piece we finished, or at least that's not why we do it. We do it because we actually enjoy the process. So if we're ever painting something that we're just not enjoying, maybe it's time to take a step back, do one of these exercises we did, and remember why you love painting and why you love watercolor. So let me know in the comments below, why do you paint? Why do you love watercolor? I'd love to hear why you guys have joined me today, and I think that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram and all my other platforms for tons more content. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.